Welcome back to Dust Off the Cartridge, episode 2. It is me, your indomitable host, Metro Meta, the Oracle, Momo Flowers, and I am here with the...
I am One Marcus Flowers. One Marcus Flowers on all social media platforms. Call me what you want. Just don't call me lazy.
Alright.
And all right. So I have a confession.
What?
I did it, Morgan.
I told you
I did it. I had to. I broke down. I bought a PS4 finally. I had to.
You better play Horizon eventually.
Alright, I'll probably get to it. Alright, let's kick it off.
Kick it off with Spider-Man.
Alright. Oh.
Yeah, go.
Alright, my bad. So Spider-Man is a very addictive game. I will say that. I've never saw a game get this much social media traction from just from my area, just because like myself, just on social media, I follow like a lot of music, professional wrestling, a lot of like fashion, just like types of people. But it seems like everybody like came together as Voltron to play this new game, and Spider-Man is just it's a great game. The last game was great, and it just goes to prove that Spider-Man is still like the best superhero in the world because he has like everybody playing it, and it's just very detailed. It gives you like, it just makes you. It's so realistic. It feels like you're actually in New York swinging, and but one of the things that I did not like, I ran across an article that actually like validated my my thought process was the fetishization, I may have said that word wrong, of the New York Police Department. And so in your first mission, you're going against Kingpin, and there's some corrupt cops in there. But even though that happens, Spider-Man has like a detective inside who's like true, and he has like an alternate persona, because if you know Peter Parker, he does have like, he's a jokester. And he has like Spider Cop, and he like makes like jokes about like his, I don't want to call them victims, but against like the robbers and this stuff, without like having a nuance toward to be like, yo, why are they doing this? And it's just like, it's a great game, but it's just like, yo, this is like a glaring red flag. And even like some of the missions is to like set up towers across the city so that you can scan for more crime, which actually happens in New York City. And that's just like a dangerous precedent. I know this is a fake game, but it's just like super dangerous the way like Peter trusts the cops, just because like I hate to throw in the super flow bro on this, but just like for a person like me, why would I trust the cops when there's literally an incident in Dallas where a cop broke the Fourth Amendment, busted in the house, shot somebody, and now the cop is going free, and it's just like, yo, there's like no reason for me to trust any police officer. Like, and it's just like, that's like the glaring flaw of this game. But yeah, you have a chance to get the Iron Spider suit. I am sadly super far away from getting the Iron Spider. It's the Iron Spider suit, just because I haven't had too much time to play because I've been working. But like this weekend, I've cleared my schedule. I'm gonna go in. I'm not stopping until I reach level 32 so I can get the suit. Before actually, last night I was playing until like 2 a.m. and I got the suit. I'm not gonna tell you guys where I'm at because it's gonna be embarrassing. So I'm a little bit rusty. So, but yeah, I got the suit. I'm gonna face one of the Sinister Six, and I'm excited for that.
Yeah, shout outs to Spider-Man. You know, it's doing really well. It outsold God of War, which is super impressive because when God of War landed, like that was one of the best single player games now. Shout outs to Sony because it is a PS4 exclusive, and it's made by Insomniac Games, the beautiful minds behind the Sunset Overdrive games. And they even said that without Sony, this game would never have happened. So shout outs to them. Shout outs to Sony. adding just another quiver in the long list of PS4 exclusives, also known as Why Did You Buy an Xbox? So, moving on from Spider-Man, NBA 2K19 landed.
Yeah,
How was it?
definitely. No, I really like it. I haven't played 2K in a few years, but it's really excellent. It's really good, and they even like changed. I don't want to say changed, but even the controllers are different. But it feels very realistic, and I just enjoy it right now. I'm trying to since I haven't played in a few years, I'm trying to get better. So right now I'm just on the now play the game now mode where you're just in the game simulating. And I've been trying to run with like sorrier teams, not sorry, but yeah, sorrier teams, so that I can get my skills up until I can like face like the LeBrons and the Warriors and the Rockets and all them. And no, it's a real enjoyable game that like when Spider Man you have to like think, but with like 2K is basically like muscle memory. And I really do enjoy it.
Yeah. Now there has
Oh
been some controversy.
wait. Are we doing that or are we doing the league announcements? It's up to you. Whatever you want to do.
Let's do the controversy first.
All right, cool.
So there's some controversy with 2K, as there always is, with the microtransaction model. It's been called awful and scummy. And one of the biggest problems people had is that 2K gave the anniversary edition to the reviewers and then gave them double XP so that reviewers didn't notice how much of a grind the game was. And this is something that 2K has been dealing with for years. Like last year's 2K got called out for having awful microtransactions, and it's something that proliferates throughout sports games. Like FIFA's been called out. Like EA is about to go to jail over uh, FIFA's Ultimate Team mode. That's how awful their microtransactions are. Uh, all of uh, all of their sports games have been called out. NBA 2K19 has been called out. And I think part of the problem is again, most like core gamers just stay away from them for this very reason, and that leads to them being like more like weak to these sort of microtransaction models because the people buying them aren't like the core gaming audience. But
Yeah, and with like the microtransactions, it does get like expensive. Like it could like super add up. Just like with 2K, there isn't really like season passes like that, and so like to get you have to go get V season. It's encouraged that you play to get better, but through 2K, it's just really they want you to buy the VC so that you can just have everything at your disposal. So it's a very like delicate situation. But I do agree, something do needs to change. I guess it was worse in 2K18, and they're finally making the changes now.
yeah, from there on, we have new announcements for the off season of 2K League. Very exciting. Everybody loves the off season, right?
Yeah, so the draft is now September 26th. We talked about it last episode, but four new teams have been added. That's about it. I'm really looking. I'm going to be looking to see if teams add a big man, just because in 2K, just watching this past year the 2K League, that was something that could have helped a lot of teams having a big, and it's going to be interesting to see.
Yeah, definitely. From 2K to the Nintendo Switch, yesterday Nintendo had a direct. Did you see it?
No, I did not catch it, unfortunately.
I watched it. It was a pretty good direct. For those of you guys who don't watch them, people have been talking about how Nintendo hasn't supported the Switch as much as they did the first year. Because you look at the first year of the Switch, it came out with Legend of Zelda, followed up with Mario Kart Deluxe. Then they hit it with Splatoon 2. Then they hit it with Mario Odyssey. That's like two of the best reviewed games ever, plus one of the best shooting games ever, plus one of the best racing games. Then on top of that, you had ARMS, a mountain of indies, and just it was crazy. And so this year's been a little bit more light on content. And Nintendo said they had some more stuff in their bag, and they came out yesterday and they showed their bag, It was pretty amazing. Inside, they had a new Luigi's Mansion game, which is going to be coming out in 2019. That's going to be super fun, and to get everybody ready for that, they posted the other one. They put the other Luigi Mansion games on the DS. They talked more about their online service, which is starting to look. It looks like a good idea, but it's also sort of a mess. But you know what? It's Nintendo. They're bad at online. They're just bad at online. They're great at games. They're really bad at everything else.
Yeah, I think that. Sorry to interrupt, but I think that's something that they are going to try to work on, especially with the new system. And don't they have a new system coming out soon?
No, not with the Switch just came out. This is their main system. They don't have time to deal with another system.
Okay.
But Nintendo, the Switch has been selling well. Now they're getting to Nintendo's their very favorite activity, which is selling you more hardware. They announced new NES-style controllers, which look pretty cool. And you can already see people just looking at their wallet, because on top of that, they announced the Pokemon.
Are you going to get the NES controllers?
I won't get the NES controllers, but that Pokemon Switch did have me. I was looking at that, I was like, oh, don't buy it, don't buy it, don't buy it. But yeah, so Nintendo's getting in their groove. Ironically speaking, no other console maker makes as much money on their hardware, just because, most Xbox and PS4s are sold at a loss. Nintendo's one of the few companies that doesn't sell their hardware at a loss, and then they also make so much more money selling people other forms of their hardware, which is sort of what makes the Switch dangerous, because it's so customizable and because it's just parts that they can swap on and out. They can make so many different versions of this and just keep putting it out, and people are going to keep buying it. So it's a super smart system for them. They did new Pokemon Let's Go announcements. They showed off a couple more moves and stuff like that. It's looking very good. Looking very nice. They took out the pachinko machines in the casino, which is good. And they announced that Game Freak, the people who make Pokemon, are releasing a new RPG for Switch with the working title of Town. It's probably coming out in 2019. It's a turn-based monster battler based in one city, which a lot of people I don't think understand the point of that. There's two forms of open world design. You have sort of there's three forms. You have the Ubisoft version, where you just build a big, pretty world, and then people are just bored in your big, pretty world. Then you have more of the Spiderman Horizon Zero Dawn, where you build a world big enough, and then you try to fill it with as much stuff to do. But what I think Game Freak is going for is that original core open world design, where you build a small open world, but you put a lot of stuff in there, and you build it around a story. Games like Yakuza and stuff like that. So that's going to be interesting. And they announced so many more Final Fantasy. Final Fantasy 15, the Pocket Edition is coming. Final Fantasy 7 is coming back. 10, 6. They announced so much Final Fantasy. It almost looks like what happened was somebody woke up, noticed that it wasn't on there, and then Nintendo got a massive call and yelled at. And then the big thing, they announced that Isabelle is going to be in Smash Bros. Which at this point they need to stop. They need to stop Sakura from putting people in Smash Bros. They're every single time. It's so many people. I'm arguably debating we need to call somebody from Sony or Xbox up. Somebody needs to go in there and stop him. He's going to work himself to death. But they also announced 2019. A new Animal Crossing game, and the internet blew up.
Nice.
I remember Animal Crossing from when I was in high school. Super excited for this. Can't wait to see it on the Switch.
All right, so now the U.S. Thank you for all that. The U.S. Overwatch team has made it to the finals. Do you think they can win, Morgan?
Here's the thing. So if you watch the match versus U.S. versus Canada, one of the best matches out there. They were super strong. They're super strong, and they have a really good idea of what to do in this new meta. And Sinatra looked amazing on the Doomfist. Rockus, their main support was sleeping people left and right. He came out and said, our goal this year is to take down Korea. But it's Korea. Like, I hate to be this guy, but it's Korea. If you see Korea's lineup, it's fearful. It makes me scared to realize that those sort of good players are there. So I am excited to see what they can do. I think if they really try, we could probably see a new one. But then again, 2 years in a row, reigning champs Korea. So it's going to be interesting.
Yeah, so they're playing Korea or Canada.
They played Canada to get into the finals. They're going to
Okay.
play. They haven't announced the final bracket, but I know the teams that made it to the final bracket are U.S., Canada, Korea's going to be in there, and I think Thailand just wrapped up last night, but I can't remember who's going to be in there. And then we have to wait for the European bracket. Yeah,
Okay.
should be
Yeah. Okay.
interesting.
When is it?
The finals will be at BlizzCon, so in November.
Okay. Cool. I will. I will keep a lookout on that. So from one
Yeah.
tournament to the other, this weekend is the SoCal Regional fighting tournament. I may be saying that wrong. And basically, they changed a lot of their security just because of the Jacksonville shooting. And but yeah, are you going to be checking this out, Morgan?
Yeah, I'll probably catch a stream or two. It's very interesting seeing how this is gonna go forth because live events and community meetups are the heart of the fighting game community. And like with this thing, they were talking about how people are upset with people seeing like people checking out their like sticks beforehand and all that.
Yeah.
And but it's a big problem because like fighting sticks, those things are customizable. Like most pros have like customizable ones, and it's not that hard to think that some pros slip something in there while they're customizing it. But hopefully this does things big. They're getting excited for the new Soul Calibur game coming out soon.
Yeah. Yeah, so basically I'm going to be looking for Punk from Team Fox and I am Chan from Team AB just because those are my two favorites, I think. And they're on the bubble for CPT points. So those are going to be who I'm looking out for.
Definitely. And now, final story: Olympics ban of esports. So if you didn't hear about this, Marcus, the Olympics, people have been trying to get esports into the Olympics for quite some time. And what happened was the Asian, I think it's called the Asian Games. I don't know the exact name, but one of the Asian like Olympic sports areas put esports in there, and this started up this huge discussion over should esports be in there, and should esports be considered an Olympic sport. And it basically the guy, the head of Olympics came out and he said that because video game violence is a support of violence, they can't have it in the Olympics. And then when people talked about like other fighting games, like other fighting sports, like fighting, boxing, fencing, he said this like really stupid sentence where he was like, that was their origin. But now it's more formal. You practically see him sipping tea and just going, hoo, 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 hoo. Look at the civilized children. Look at them savages over there in their video games. But he basically just blew off the situation saying, we don't want to deal with it. And it's kind of sad, but at the same time, like, esports doesn't need to be in the Olympics. It just would be nice to have them there.
Yeah, and I think it'll probably be like baby steps, so it wouldn't be I don't think it would be like a Overwatch or even like a Street Fighter right now. It'll probably be something like Madden or two. I could not Madden. I can see like 2K getting in there, just because 2K is rapidly expanding their league. They're actually they're in Singapore this past week. They're looking to go international, so I can see something like 2K getting in, and maybe like Overwatch someday, but probably like 10 years in the future when people when the value of esports really is like noticeable to the mainstream world. just because like right now, esports is like I feel like it's on the bubble of mainstream, but it's not quite there yet. And so once it gets there, it's going to be like off to the races.
Definitely. But final topic, boss battle time. Call of Duty Black Ops Blackout mode came out. Well, the beta came out, showed everybody what it looked like. It's 80. It's 80 players now. They're gonna add 88 in future patches. And you, my good sir Marcus Flowers, are claiming that COD is going to take down the reigning king Fortnite.
Well, yeah, they paid who's the guy they paid? They paid what's his name? The one who worked with Drake, who streamed with Drake.
Ninja?
Yep. They paid Ninja a lot of money to do Call of Duty Blackout mode. Fortnite is already losing interest, losing users season after season. I feel like Call of Duty is back on, and as soon as it releases, like I feel like Call of Duty will be the new Fortnite, just because I feel like it's Fortnite for adults, basically.
Yeah, but see, here's the problem I have with this is we saw this with PUBG. Do you remember PUBG, Marcus?
I do.
Player Unknown's Battlegrounds. It's what Fortnite killed to get here, and the problem with these more like bigger modes, and I was noticing this when I was watching Call of Duty, is that sometimes like ultra specific doesn't work out as well as people think it does. Like when you look at Call of Duty, the thoughtfulness of the battle, it's sort of like Call of Duty knows how to do the blackout and knows how to do the battle royale, but they're missing the specifics. Like it's not as like exciting or tension filled as like Fortnite or even PUBG, because Call of Duty's guns and the time to kill is so fast that there's no point in having medkits. There's no point in wearing armor when you die in like 3 hits, and it gets cut down so quickly. Like I was watching one.
But that's what makes it fun. That's what makes it fun. It's the speed of it. It's the speed of it. It's the speed. You have to get out the way and get your shots off and move back and forth. Like that is the joy of it.
Yeah, but the problem is, like when I was watching some people play Call of Duty, like so many people were dying. But then I watched 2 YouTubers where they were playing blackout mode. They didn't see anybody till like the end of the circle, and then they just got shot in the back, which is the problem with Call of Duty, because that's what happens in Call of Duty. It's so fast, and you respawn so fast, and the time to kill is so quickly that you don't actually need skill. You just look, you shoot, and then you get shot in the back. And I'm not sure it's going to go over as well. And the other problem is that this new Call of Duty is one of the most risky things they did. They got rid of the single player, and now it's just multiplayer, zombies, and the blackout mode. So if you don't have access to internet, or if you don't have an online subscription, you basically can't play the new Call of Duty, and there's no point in buying it. And this is Activision we're talking about. They're going to rip people off. This game is going to be like, even now, if you want all the content, it's like $80. Like Activision,
it'll be worth it. You haven't spent $80 on a game before?
No.
Yes, you have.
Yeah, but the games I buy have single player. They have replayability. This game is, you're gonna spend $80 on it, then you're gonna have to spend more money on microtransaction, and then a year later they're releasing another one.
Well, I feel like it's gonna kill it. But if you're listening, let us know what you think. Tweet at us at @1MarcusFlowers, at MetroMeta2648. Thank you. Once again, let's see here. This is coming out on Monday. Tuesday, Super Flow Bro podcast. Wednesday, Metro Meta podcast. Thursday, Fantastic Flow podcast. Make sure you are following us on Facebook at 26 and Glencoe Media, on Twitter at 26 and Glencoe, on Instagram at 26 and Glencoe. Make sure you like our YouTube page. We're in the process of changing the name right now. It's just Marcus Flowers. We're in the process of changing that. Give us like 30 more days, I think, and then we can change it. Yeah, so that's about it. Anything else to say, Momo?
Nope. See y'all next week.
All right. Peace.